In the sprawling expanse of the Viridian Nebula, where starlight battled the shadows of ancient celestial dust, the discovery of an ancient supercarrier by the alien conglomeration known as the Zoltrax Federation sparked not admiration, but laughter. To the Zoltrax, a civilization that had mastered the art of light bending and who traveled through wormholes as if they were mere doorways, the massive ship floating silently in the void appeared nothing more than a relic of a primitive past. The supercarrier, christened the USS Legacy by its long-forgotten creators, was a titan among ships even by human standards. Stretching over 3 kilometers in length, its hull was marked by the scars of battles past and the relentless assault of cosmic radiation. Inside, the silent corridors and abandoned command centers spoke of a history rich with tales of bravery and hardship, now lost to the echo of time. When Commander Theltarnis of the Zoltrax Federation boarded the vessel, his first reaction was a snort of derision. Primitive, archaic design. How did such a species even manage to build something this large? He mused aloud, his voice echoing through the empty halls. His crew, a mix of species from various planets, all nodded in agreement, their own technology centuries ahead of anything humans had achieved. But as they delved deeper into the battles of the USS Legacy, an uneasy feeling began to creep over the crew. The ship, despite its age, was not as dormant as they had believed. Systems flickered to life at their touch, lights blinking on in a slow, steady pattern, as if the ship itself was waking from a long slumber. In the engineering bay, a young engineer named Scylla stumbled upon the central power matrix. "Sir, you need to see this," she called over to Commander Tarnis, her voice tinged with a mix of awe and fear. Tarnis approached, his steps cautious. Before them lay the heart of the supercarrier, a fusion reactor of a design they had never seen. It was compact, far more efficient than it had any right to be, humming with a quiet power that belied its antiquated exterior. "This is so advanced," Tarnis admitted reluctantly, his words a whisper lost in the hum of the reactor. "But how? We were told humans were not capable of such engineering." The question hung in the air, unanswered. The ship seemed to pulse around them, its systems coming online one by one, as if it was preparing itself for something. And then, without warning, the main screen in the command center lit up, revealing a star map that none of the Zoltrax recognized. "It's charting a course," Scylla observed, her eyes wide with disbelief. "But to where?" As the coordinates set themselves, the USS Legacy began to rumble, its engines igniting with a roar that shook the entire ship. The crew stumbled, caught off guard by the sudden life erupting from the ship's core. "Secure yourselves," Tarnis ordered as the supercarrier began to move, slowly at first, then with increasing speed, slipping through the nebula towards a destination set long ago. Outside, the Zoltrax fleet watched in stunned silence as the USS Legacy carved a path through the cosmos, its engines blazing a trail of defiance and determination. The laughter had died on their lips, replaced now with a burgeoning respect and a gnawing realization. Humans, it seemed, were full of surprises. And as the supercarrier disappeared into the star-strewn darkness, heading towards an unknown fate, the story of the USS Legacy was just beginning to unfold. As the USS Legacy surged forward, leaving the nebulous shadows of the Viridian Nebula behind, the crew of the Zoltrax Federation aboard the ship scrambled to understand the mechanisms propelling them through space at unimaginable speeds. Commander Theltarnis, his initial mockery replaced by intrigue, led his team through the archives of the supercarrier, hoping to uncover the secrets of its construction and the destination programmed into its ancient navigational systems. The star map displayed on the main screen had plotted a course that pointed towards the far edges of the galaxy, a region unexplored even by the advanced Zoltrax. "What could possibly be out there?" murmured Scylla, her fingers dancing across the control panel, attempting to decrypt the data stored within the ship's aged memory banks. As they journeyed, the USS Legacy began to reveal its capabilities. The ship was equipped with a defensive system unlike any the Zoltrax had seen, featuring drones that could repair damage in real time and energy shields that adapted to incoming attacks. The more they discovered, the more the crew's respect for the ship's creators grew. Meanwhile, news of the Supercarrier's activation and its mysterious course had reached the Galactic Council, a collective of the most powerful alien races, including the Zoltrax. The Council convened in an emergency session, with representatives buzzing about the implications of a human-built ship showing such advanced technology. Could the humans have been a dormant threat all along? One of the council members proposed, his voice laced with concern. Back on the USS Legacy, the crew's journey took a surprising turn when they encountered a field of spatial anomalies, remnants of a cosmic event long past. The ship's sensors warned of potential navigation hazards, but the USS Legacy maneuvered with astonishing agility, its systems automatically adjusting to the volatile conditions. This ship, it's like it knows where it's going, Scylla said, or replacing the fear in her eyes. Her statement rang true for all aboard as they watched the Supercarrier glide through obstacles with a grace that belied its massive size. Tarnis stood at the command center, his hands clasped behind his back, a deep sense of foreboding settling over him. "It's not just the ship," he said quietly. "It's as if the will of its creators is imbued within these walls, guiding us." The journey continued, and as days turned into weeks, the USS Legacy approached its destination. The star map finally revealed the end point of their voyage, a secluded planet in a system untouched by any known civilization. The planet was vibrant with life, its surface teeming with lush forests and deep oceans, visible even from space. As the Supercarrier entered the planet's orbit, a series of encrypted transmissions began to flood its communication systems. Tarnis and his crew listened intently as the static cleared, revealing a message in a language they had learned from their brief study of the archives. "Welcome, travelers, to Sanctuary," the voice said, warm yet commanding. "This planet serves as a testament to the ingenuity and resolve of the human race, a sanctuary not just for our people, but for all who respect life and seek peace." The message was followed by coordinates to a landing site. The USS Legacy, with a mind of its own, began its descent towards the planet. As the ship touched down on a vibrant alien world, the crew prepared to disembark, their mission clear, yet filled with unknowns. What awaited them on Sanctuary was a mystery, but one thing was certain: the humans had left a legacy far greater than any could have anticipated, and now it was their turn to step into the narrative that humanity had crafted with such defiant hope. The USS Legacy settled gently onto the surface of Sanctuary, its engines humming softly as they powered down. The planet's atmosphere, breathable and surprisingly similar to Earth's, greeted Commander Tarnis and his crew as they opened the hatch and stepped onto the lush greenery that carpeted the landing area. The air was fresh, filled with the sense of blooming flora and the distant calls of unknown creatures, a stark contrast to the sterile environments of their own advanced worlds. As the crew gathered their equipment, a holographic projection flickered to life in front of them. The figure of a human, or at least a remarkably human-like alien, appeared. It was an elderly man, his image detailed enough to show the lines of wisdom etched into his face. "I am Dr. Elias Rutherford, one of the architects of the USS Legacy. If you are hearing this, then our hope has transcended time and space," the hologram began, his voice resonant and clear. Dr. Rutherford explained that Sanctuary was not just a refuge, but a repository of human knowledge and culture, a safeguard against potential extinction events. The planet was terraformed and designed by the best minds of a bygone era, meant to be a living museum and a beacon of hope for future generations. Sanctuary is equipped with libraries, seed banks, and archives containing our achievements and our mistakes. It is our gift to the universe, in hope that our legacy will foster peace and cooperation among the stars, the hologram continued. Moved by the message, Tarnis and his crew ventured deeper into the planet. The path led them through dense forests, where the trees were taller than any they had seen before, their leaves shimmering with a strange, luminescent quality. Streams of crystal-clear water trickled alongside the path, and the wildlife, curious but not fearful, watched the alien visitors with bright eyes. The crew's destination was a massive dome structure visible beyond the tree line, its surface reflecting the planet's twin suns. As they approached, the dome's entrance iris opened, inviting them inside. What they found within was beyond their wildest imaginations. Rows upon rows of databanks and cultural artifacts lined the walls. There were paintings and sculptures, books written in hundreds of languages, and holographic recordings of historical events. Devices unknown to the Zoltrax lay in display cases, each accompanied by descriptions and instructions for use. This is incredible, Scylla whispered, her eyes wide as she examined a device labeled as a quantum entanglement communicator. They were far more advanced than we ever gave them credit for. As the crew explored the dome, they discovered that it was only one of many. Sanctuary was a network of such repositories, each dome dedicated to different aspects of human knowledge and achievement. The more they discovered, the more their respect for humanity grew. But it was in the central dome that they found the heart of Sanctuary, a vast holographic map of the galaxy, with lines connecting various stars and planets. Each line represented a journey made by human explorers, and each connection a relationship built with other species. Tarnis stood before the map, a realization dawning on him. Humans were not just survivors. They were connectors, peacekeepers, who saw the value in every form of life. They built this, not as a monument to themselves, but as a bridge between civilizations. The day turned to evening, and as the twin suns set on Sanctuary, casting long shadows over the land, the crew set up camp inside the dome. They shared their findings over a meal, discussing the implications of what they had learned. That night, under the stars of a foreign sky, Commander Thel Tarnis made a decision. They would not just report back to the Galactic Council, they would invite them to Sanctuary. It was time for the universe to see humanity not as a forgotten relic, but as a beacon of hope and a builder of bridges. As they slept, the USS Legacy stood silent and watchful, its mission of peace and understanding fulfilled at last. The next morning, under the serene light of Sanctuary's twin suns, Commander Thel Tarnis initiated communication with the Galactic Council. The Council, eager yet cautious, listened as Tarnis relayed their discoveries on Sanctuary. His report, filled with admiration and newfound respect for humanity's legacy, challenged the preconceptions of many council members. Sanctuary is a testament to human ingenuity and their desire for universal peace, Tarnis declared, his image projected in the council's grand chamber. It stands not only as a cultural archive, but as a bridge between species. I propose that the council recognize Sanctuary as a universal heritage site and promote it as a center for intergalactic diplomacy and cooperation. The council chamber buzzed with murmurs and whispers. Some members were skeptical, unable to shake off their long-standing biases against humans. Others were intrigued, recognizing the potential for what Sanctuary represented. "We must investigate this ourselves," said Ambassador Yilrex, a prominent figure in the council known for her prudent nature. "If what Commander Tarnis says is true, then we have misunderstood humanity's role in the cosmos. We should convene on Sanctuary to see it with our own eyes." The decision was made to send a delegation of diverse species, including historians, scientists, and diplomats, to Sanctuary. The news spread quickly across the galaxy, igniting a wave of curiosity and excitement. Humanity, a species once considered primitive and isolated, was now at the forefront of interstellar interest. Weeks later, as the delegation arrived on Sanctuary, they were greeted by the USS Legacy's crew, who had taken on the role of temporary caretakers. Commander Tarnis led them through the same paths that had so profoundly impacted his crew, watching their astonishment as they encountered the rich tapestry of human culture preserved in the domes. The delegates were particularly impressed by the central dome with its holographic map of the galaxy. "This map does not just show where humans have been," explained Tarnis, pointing to the lines connecting different systems. "It shows where they have made friends, where they have helped others, where they have left a mark of peace." The impact of these revelations was profound. Even the most skeptical among the delegates couldn't help but feel a stirring of respect and a questioning of their preconceived notions about humans. As the tour concluded, the delegates gathered in the largest dome, where a symposium was organized to discuss the implications of Sanctuary. The atmosphere was charged with a sense of historical significance as each representative took turns speaking. A place like this changes our understanding of what it means to be advanced, mused Dr. Pelrix, a historian from the academic planet of Olmec. Humanity's ability to build bridges between cultures, to preserve knowledge and peace. It's a kind of advancement that doesn't just rely on technology, but on wisdom and moral strength. The symposium ended with a unanimous vote to declare Sanctuary a protected heritage site of the Galactic Council, ensuring its preservation and opening its doors to scholars, diplomats, and tourists from across the galaxy. As the delegates prepared to leave, a ceremony was held to honor the USS Legacy and its role in bringing the galaxy to Sanctuary. Commander Tarnis, speaking on behalf of his crew, expressed hope that this would mark a new era of understanding and cooperation among the stars. With the ship's mission complete, the USS Legacy was to remain on Sanctuary, serving as a symbol of human ingenuity and a beacon of peace. As night fell and the twin suns dipped below the horizon, the lights of the ship flickered gently in the twilight, a steadfast guardian of a legacy that would continue to inspire generations to come. In the weeks following the symposium on Sanctuary, the impact of the USS Legacy and its treasure trove of human culture began to ripple across the galaxy. News of the Supercarrier and its final mission transformed from a curious anomaly into a beacon of unprecedented historical significance. This shift was not just in perception, but also in action, as species from various corners of the galaxy began to send their own delegations to Sanctuary. The Galactic Council, acknowledging the profound potential of Sanctuary as a unifying symbol, established the Sanctuary Cultural Exchange Program. This initiative was designed to foster greater understanding and cooperation among different galactic civilizations through shared knowledge and cultural exchange. Commander Thel Tarnis, now appointed as the ambassador of Sanctuary, found himself at the heart of this new era. His daily routines involved coordinating with the newly formed management team for Sanctuary, ensuring that the cultural integrity and security of the site were maintained while facilitating the exchange of ideas and visitors. The program's first major event was the Galactic Heritage Festival, which invited species to share their own cultures, technologies, and histories. The festival was held within the network of domes on Sanctuary, each dome curated to reflect the diverse heritage of the participating species. One dome was transformed into a vibrant market where artisans and traders from across the galaxy displayed their crafts and goods. Another dome hosted a series of lectures and workshops where scholars discussed topics ranging from astrophysics to philosophy. The central dome, with its vast holographic map, served as the festival's focal point, hosting performances and presentations that celebrated the unity and diversity of galactic life. Amidst the bustling activity, a special exhibition was dedicated to the history of the USS Legacy. Here, visitors could learn about the ship's construction on Earth, its missions across human-explored space, and the visionary leaders who had conceived of its final journey. The exhibit not only detailed the technological feats, but also highlighted the philosophical ethos of its creators, peace through understanding and cooperation. As the festival drew visitors from distant systems, stories of Earth and humanity spread further and inspired a new generation. Young aliens, filled with dreams of exploration and diplomacy, started applying to the newly established Sanctuary Academy, where they could learn about a wide array of subjects from experts across the galaxy. Meanwhile, diplomatic relationships flourished. Formerly isolated or antagonistic civilizations began dialogue, spurred by the cooperative spirit they witnessed on Sanctuary. Trade routes opened and scientific collaborations formed, driven by mutual respect and the shared recognition of each species' unique contributions to the collective knowledge of the galaxy. One afternoon, as the festival neared its conclusion, Ambassador Tarnis stood overlooking the central dome, watching a performance by a troupe of aerial artists from the gas giant Cirrus IV. Their dance, a mesmerizing flow of colors and shapes against the backdrop of the holographic galaxy, symbolized the harmonious potential of diverse beings working together. Reflecting on the unfolding legacy of the USS Legacy, Tarnis felt a profound connection to the ship's original human creators. Their vision of peace and unity had transcended their physical existence, fostering a living testament to their hopes. As the festival ended, the lights dimmed in the domes, and the applause echoed through the corridors of Sanctuary. There was a palpable sense of accomplishment and anticipation. The journey of the USS Legacy had ended, but the path it paved for a unified galaxy was just beginning, and its story, a story of human resilience and visionary ambition, would continue to inspire peace and cooperation for eons to come. As the Galactic Heritage Festival drew to a close, the atmosphere on Sanctuary was one of hopeful anticipation. The success of the event had exceeded all expectations, igniting a spirit of camaraderie and curiosity among the diverse species of the galaxy. Sanctuary, once a quiet testament to human ingenuity, was now a vibrant hub of interstellar diplomacy and cultural exchange. In the days following the festival, Ambassador Theltarnis and his team worked tirelessly to harness the momentum generated by the event. They established permanent exhibits and educational programs, making Sanctuary not just a museum of the past, but a beacon for the future. Universities and research institutions from across the galaxy expressed their interest in setting up branches on Sanctuary, eager to study the wealth of knowledge stored in its archives and to contribute to its growing legacy. Meanwhile, the Galactic Council convened to discuss the implications of Sanctuary's success, the impact of humanity's foresight, and the role of the USS Legacy in fostering a new era of cooperation had become clear. The Council passed a series of resolutions aimed at promoting peace and mutual understanding among the galaxy's myriad civilizations. Sanctuary was officially recognized as a neutral ground for diplomatic negotiations, a place where conflicts could be resolved through dialogue rather than warfare. As the Council session concluded, a new initiative was announced, the Legacy Peace Accords, inspired by the principles embodied by Sanctuary. These accords aim to resolve long-standing disputes and to prevent future conflicts through mediation and shared commitments to peace. Back on Sanctuary, as the news of the peace accords spread, celebrations erupted. Species that had long been at odds now stood together, sharing stories and dreams for a peaceful future. Ambassador Tarnis, watching the jubilation from his office in the Central Dome, felt a deep sense of pride and fulfillment. The vision of the USS Legacy's creators had not only been realized, but had sparked the transformation that might have seemed impossible just a few years earlier. In the weeks that followed, Sanctuary continued to grow as a center of learning and diplomacy. The Sanctuary Academy officially opened its doors, welcoming students from all corners of the galaxy. Its curriculum was diverse, ranging from quantum engineering to interstellar law, all taught by the leading experts of various species. The Academy also emphasized the study of humanities, teaching the history and cultures of the galaxy's civilizations to foster understanding and respect among its students. One clear evening, as the twin suns of Sanctuary set in a spectacular display of colors, a special ceremony took place outside the Central Dome. A new monument was unveiled, commemorating the USS Legacy and the unknown human visionaries who had built it. The monument, a sleek, towering sculpture that mirrored the design of the Supercarrier, stood as a symbol of the enduring human spirit, their desire to reach beyond the stars and to connect with others. Ambassador Tarnis, speaking at the ceremony, addressed the gathered crowd, his words broadcasted across the galaxy. Today, we stand together, not as members of different species, but as citizens of the galaxy, united by a common desire for peace and progress. Let this monument, and the ship that inspired it, be a reminder of what we can achieve when we choose understanding over conflict, cooperation over isolation. As the ceremony ended, the participants looked up at the stars, their hearts filled with hope. The USS Legacy, now silent and still, continued to watch over Sanctuary, its mission complete. The ship that had once roamed the stars, mocked for its antiquity, had ignited a legacy of peace and unity that would guide the galaxy forward. Under the starlit sky, as the first day of a new era dawned, the voices of 1,000 worlds rose in a song of celebration, a song of a future bright with promise, crafted by the enduring legacy of humanity.